मनोबुद्धिहंकार चित्तानि नाहम् न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभूत्वा च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणाम् न चासङ्गतं नैवमुक्तिर्न मेया चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
समस्तଙ୍କୁ ମୋର ପ୍ରଣାମ। Today we are going to discuss Viveka Chudamani verses 11 to 20. But out of these 10 verses we shall discuss 6 verses which are very important, and other 4 verses can be understood within these 6 verses. In the last month we were discussing about the limitation of human knowledge. If we know the limit, then we can hope for its beyond. So directly we cannot have Brahma realization. Directly we cannot have the absolute knowledge. We have to go through the knowledge of our own limitation, our own misunderstandings. Many times we think that by doing karma, even by doing good karma, we can attain knowledge. Karma is not a substitute of knowledge. Mind it. Whatever karma you do, charity you do, that cannot substitute knowledge. Then can we say that karma is useless? Karma is not necessary? No. Karma has its own merit. What is the merit of karma? By doing karma, we can purify our mind. We can purify our chitta. We can purify our ahankara. That means we can purify our antakarana. Our mind can be purified. Our thought process can be purified. But we cannot attain that absolute knowledge. So here in this 11th verse, that can be considered as the conclusion of the last class, what we were discussing in the last class. चित्तस्य शुद्धे कर्म न तो वस्तु उपलब्धे वस्तु सिद्धि विचारेण न किंचित कर्म कुटिभि means crores of karmas, lot of karma, maximum karma. Even if you engage your entire life doing karma, good karma, even yajna karma, you cannot attain that absolute knowledge. But what can you attain? Chitasya sudhaya karma. You can Suddha, that means you can purify your chitta, you can purify your antakarana. You can become a very good personality. You can become a karma yogi. You will be recognized according to your karma. So your karma, doing karma is not useless. But that cannot give you the status of attaining the highest knowledge. अर्थस्य निश्चय दुष्टः विचारेण हितोक्तिः न स्नानेन न दानेन प्राणायाम सतेन वा. Even if you do take a bath in Mahadadhi स्नान, कुंभ स्नान, बोईत बंदाण स्नान, पंचुक स्नान, गंगा स्नान, that cannot help you attaining knowledge. That can purify your mind. You can get another type of satisfaction by making deep in religious places. That you will go to Puri and you will have Mahadadi Snana. You will go to different ponds and you will celebrate the boat sailing festival. That cannot help you realizing that ultimate truth. Be it very clear. No danena, that means by doing charity. You may become a danavir, you can become a man of charity. That can make you humble. That can give you another status of your personality. But that is also not the substitute of that ultimate realization. No pranayam. You are doing pranayam regularly by doing yoga regularly. It is yoga. In style way now people are saying yoga. So many styles also come on the way. It is yoga. Pranayam. That means breathing control. Inhaling and exhaling. Doctors say that you should inhale through your nose, but you should exhale through your mouth. Because by exhaling through mouth, you release maximum carbon dioxide. So it is not so easy through nose. You will inhale through nose, but exhale through mouth, opening your mouth. So that can help you physically, mentally. You can have a sound health, sound mind. But even whole life you will be engaged in pranayam, you cannot attain that knowledge, that ultimate knowledge, that Brahma Jnana. Clear? When I will say repeat, you will repeat. Because there are many points we shall discuss on the way. We don't think that how many people, how many students, how many viewers are there in the class. But it's very important class today we are doing. So be very serious. Karma is not the substitute of jnana. Bhakti is not the substitute of jnana. Jnana cannot be substituted by doing any type of karma you do or any types of feelings you have. Feeling, love is also karma. Love is also karma. I love you means it is a karma. I am doing a karma. I feel good means this is also a type of a karma. But that cannot give you the ultimate realization. You cannot have ultimate realization of the truth. Verse 12, सम्यक विचारितः सिद्धा रज्जु तत्व अवधारणा भ्रांतोदित महासर्प भय दुख विनाशिनी. So here we are discussing what is true knowledge, and here we are taking an example, a very famous example in Vedanta, that is rope and snake. Here rope is symbolized for true knowledge, absolute knowledge, nirvikalpa jnana, and here snake is symbolized as jnana with upadhi. Nirvikalpa plus some vikalpa. If you have Rajatattva, Rajajnana, that is your goal. We actually, the aim of life is to have the real knowledge. So the rope should be known as rope. The rope should be known in its own swarupa, in its own form. But whenever you are perceiving rope, you are perceiving some upadhi. That upadhi is the upadhi of snake. Not only you perceive, you react accordingly. You react accordingly. Bhaya dukha vinasini. Out of that bhranta, out of that delusion, when you mistake a rope as a snake, you react accordingly, as if you are really perceiving snake. So really you are perceiving rope, but you are reacting as if you are perceiving snake. So what is that upadhi? That is visishta, that is guna, that is attributions. So the attributes of snake are superimposed upon rope, therefore you perceive snake in rope. Now a question will come, why do not you perceive a train in rope? Why do not you perceive a building in rope? Why do not you perceive a tree in rope? Why do you exactly perceive a snake in rope? That is sadrisya bhava. Rope and snake, they look alike. We have experienced both in our past life. Past life means in past, maybe yesterday, before few days. We have experienced both rope and snake. They look alike. Therefore, we mistake a rope as a snake, not a rope as a tree, not a rope as a sky, not a rope as a pond, not a rope as a sea. So rope is mistaken, but mistake is a mistake. Suppose you mistake the similar thing, that is also a mistake. So that is the limitation of human knowledge. That there is no guarantee that you can see, you can perceive rope as a rope whenever you perceive a rope. That means there is a chance, there is an accident that you may perceive snake while you perceive a rope. Many times it happens in our life. Many times. That means we are misguided by our misperception. So we should be guided by our correct perception. Clear or not? This much clear? To understand upadhi, we shall discuss taking an example that our existence has also three aspects. We can say that we have Stula Sarira. Stula Sarira. Stula Sarira means your physical body. Then we can say that we have Sukma Sarira. Sukma Sarira means our mind, our thoughts. Then we have Karana Sarira. We have Karana Sarira. That is the hidden vasana that causes all types of activities, physical activities and mental activities. So we can define our existence, our being in three types of sarira. One is sthula sarira, that is easily visible, easily perceived by our sense organs. We can easily perceive. That sarira which is made of five gross elements: air, fire, water, earth, and ether. Panchamahabhutas. Understand that your body is composed of these five gross elements. But there is another body that is called subtle body. That is not gross. That is subtle body. That is also very functional. And you can understand the function of your mind. And that is called Sukma Sarira. That is called Sukma Sarira. Understand? That is called Sukma Sarira. Then you have the Karana Sarira. That is the real cause of your existence. Your physical existence and your psychological existence. Physically you have a body, and psychologically you have many types of thoughts, and they are functional, but these are the effects, these are the kajya, and that is caused by your hidden vasana. That means which are ready to be manifested, the unmanifested. The unmanifested vasanas are there. That is your karana sarira. Clear? You can, so all these are different upadhis. You are not that. Neither you are your gross body, nor you are your subtle body, even you are not your karana body or karana sarira. Whenever you find yourself, you search yourself, you find yourself either with your gross body. If you are not so educated, you are very common person, so you always take account of your body, that I shall do pranayam, I shall have good diet, I shall go to gym and maintain my physical health, or morning walk, evening walk. These are good things. But this is a layer of consciousness that defines our physical existence. Then you can you can have your better version by disciplining your mind. So you can culture your mind. So by culturing mind, you can become a different person. So you can take care of your mind. Then you can understand that there is a karana sarira, that is that the vasanas are there, desires are there, many hidden desires are there from last many years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, even for many lives, you have such vasanas which are yet to be fructified, yet to be manifested through your physical and mental activities. So you can define your Sthula Sarira as Annamaya Kosha. You can define your subtle body as Pranamaya Kosha, Manamaya Kosha, and Vijnanamaya Kosha. And you can define your Karana Sarira as Anandamaya Kosha. But whatever Kosha it may be, it is Kosha or not, it is Paridhi or not, it is Upadhi or not. So that rope, the knowledge of rope, that is Upadhi Sunya, that is Nibikalpa. Whenever you see a snake in a rope, it becomes Upadhi Jukta. Whenever you recognize yourself, you identify yourself, you find your identity, you find yourself either this kosa or that kosa. If you find yourself through your body, through your photograph, through your physical recognition, then you are in the level of Annamaya kosa. That means you recognize your Annamaya kosa. If you identify yourself with intelligence, buddhi, viveka, ahankara, then you identify yourself with pranamaya kosa, manamaya kosa, vijnanamaya kosa. Even you go deep, if you go, Buddha also said that the will to born is the cause of birth. Why you have taken birth in this life? Because you had a desire to live in the past life. That desire is vasana. So desire for many things, desire, desire to do something. That is vasana. That is hidden. That is not under your control. That is your prarabdha. You cannot control it because you are in the present. You are in the present. You have to go through your vasana. Even you try, you cannot rectify it. You have to rectify it only through knowledge. Remember, only through knowledge. That means beyond beyond all your upadhi, beyond all your upadhi, there is a knowledge which is upadhi sunya. So in this example of a rope and snake, here rope is symbolizing the ultimate knowledge. Rope is the knowledge of Brahman. You take in that sense. But when rope is perceived as a snake, it is taking the upadhi of snake. Similarly, you are Brahman, you are Atman. But when you find yourself, when you try to know yourself through empirical knowledge, through intellectual knowledge, through spiritual knowledge, you find yourself as this kosa or that kosa. Either Stula Sarira or Sukma Sarira or Karan Sarira. But Brahman is Asarira, Brahman is Nirakara, but Brahman is Nirakara. It has no Akara, it is Nirvikalpa. Whatever I am saying, is it practical or not? Many people say that Vedanta is not practical, Vedanta is only theoretical. Whatever now I am telling, whenever we are having knowledge, that knowledge is upadhi jukta or not? Subject and there is a predicate. Ram is a good boy. So good boy is the upadhi of Ram. Ram is a good boy. Otherwise we cannot have a judgment. We cannot have a complete statement. I am my body. I am Mr. Das. I am so and so. So that I, which is nirvikalpa, it is understood through some upadhi. Clear? Then that upadhi is of two types. That upadhi is of two types. One is besti upadhi, and the other is samasti upadhi. Besti upadhi, samasti upadhi. Tell. Tell again, again. Besti upadhi, that is individual upadhi, individual. Samasti upadhi means the collective. Now you take this Stula Sarira, that is my besti Stula Sarira. Besti man means my individual body. But when I think of this universe, or otherwise this classroom is the Samasti Stula Sarira. Then this city is Samasti Stula Sarira. Then the world, the universe, the entire manifestation is the Samasti Stula Sarira. Did you get my point or not? Besti Stula Sarira, when I think of my individual body. Samasti Stula Sarira, when I think of the body of the universe. Samasti Stula Sarira. Similarly, Besti Sukma Sarira, that means my mind, my thoughts, my thoughts. Samasti Sukma Sarira, that means Prakriti, Sattva, Raja, Tama. Another mind is cosmic mind. That cosmic mind is also functioning. That is not under my control. I can control my mind, but I cannot control the collective mind. The collective mind is there. Similarly, my Karana Sarira, that means my Vasana. I am responsible for my Vasana. Similarly, Samasti Vasana, that is called the desires of God, Ishvara Ichha. Understand? As we discuss individual and social, when we think of social, this is an extension of individuality, that it is a group of individuals living together with certain social norms and principles. Therefore, that life becomes social. But when I am personal, I am individual. As individual becomes social, similarly the individual, and there is another aspect that is universal. Besti avidya means my ignorance, my personal ignorance. But samasti avidya, what can we call it? Maya. Samasti avidya. That is a collective avidya. That is Maya. Besti desire, besti sukma sarira, my personal mind. Similarly, there is a cosmic mind. We can say it is the mind of God. It's the mind of a God. Similarly, my karana sarira, my causal body, that means my vasana, as I have some vasana, there and I am conditioned to my vasana. Even I have achieved, I have got this body according to my vasana. I have become a male person according to my vasana. All my character, activities, desires, likes, dislikes are due to my vasana. Similarly, this beautiful world has been so according to the vasana of God. Vasana means God's desire, God's wishes. God's wishes. What God's vasanas are there? To create, to destroy, and to sustain. Sthiti, Laya, and Srushti, Sthiti, and Laya. This is the desire of God. That yes, I shall create many. Out of one, I shall create many. Brahma will create many. Then somebody will be in the charge of sustenance. Vishnu will sustain this universe, and Mahadev, Shiva, will in the charge of destruction. So whenever there is a destruction in your life, when there is something you think that it is a period of destruction, that is also God's desire. That is also the desire of God. Because if something will not be destroyed, something will not be created. You see, when the seed will be destroyed, there only a tree will take place. Otherwise, when the mother will be destroyed and the mother will take pain, then the child will take birth. When your time will be destroyed, then you will have some creative work. You will say, no, I shall not invest time. And you have to destroy your time. You have to invest your time. Then something will be created. When seed will be destroyed, plant will be created. So destruction is also a part of creation. That is a, that is cosmic play. That we can understand Maya. So Veshti Upadhi and Samashti Upadhi. But can all these, when I am talking about Veshti Upadhi, that is not the substitute of Upadhi Sunya. That is also not substitute of Upadhi Sunya. When even I am talking about Samashti Upadhi, that is also is not a substitute of Upadhi Sunya. So there is a clear-cut distinction between Upadhi and Upadhi Sunya. There is a clear-cut distinction between Nirvikalpa and a Sabhikalpa. Clear or not? So many people, many great scholars, even many professors, they think that Advaita Vedanta is useless because that explains away the religious feeling of Ishvara. That explains away this practical Jagata. But that is the misunderstanding of Advaita Vedanta. This much what we discussed, that is the philosophy of Ramanuja. Ramanuja said this much, that God is in charge of creation, is in the charge of sustenance, God is in the charge of destruction. That is a God. Advaita Vedanta does not deny this. But what is the status of knowledge? Even you think of a very beautiful world designed by God, designed by God, that is Upadhi, that is Visishta. Visishta. Ramanuja is speaking of Visishta. Advaita Vedanta does not deny this. But is it the substitute of Upadhi Sunya? Is it the substitute of Upadhi Sunya? Today you are a simple student. Tomorrow you will become an IAS officer. Today you are not Brahman. If you think that you are a student, tomorrow also you are not a Brahman. If you think yourself as IAS officer. Similarly, neither God nor the individual man is Brahman. Very simple. Because it is Veshti Upadhi and that is Samashti Upadhi. But it is Upadhi or not? Upadhi. So what is the absolute knowledge? The absolute knowledge should be Upadhi Sanya. Should be Upadhi Sanya. So here we do not reject any religion. You may suppose we are talking about suppose we say um, just good one. My individual energy, my individual energy, my physical energy, my mental energy, my vital energy, my individual energy, that is Veshti Upadhi. But when we think of Samashti Upadhi, Samashti Upadhi, that is the collective energy, then we may worship Ma Durga, Ja Devi Sarve Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Sanstita. That is the collective energy. Okay. If I recognize my personal energy and I am doing everything according to my personal energy, then what is the samashti energy? When we were worshipping Ma Durga, Ma Kali, then we are talking about samashti energy. Therefore, we recite Ja Devi Sarpe Bhutesu Shakti Rupena Sanstita. I have my personal wisdom, but when we worship Ma Saraswati, what we say? Ja Devi Sarve Bhutesu Vidya Rupena Sanstita. We worship Ma Saraswati. Saraswati is the symbol of the Samashti Vidya. Samashti Vidya. Similarly, I love my family, I love everybody. This is my personal love, individual love. But Radha is the symbol of a Samashti love. Lord Krishna is consciousness, Upadhi Lord Krishna can be symbolized as Upadhi But Radha is the symbol of a Samashti love. Therefore, Rasa Purnima, we worship Lord Goddess Radha only for the Samashti love. That Samashti love should be manifested in me. That Samashti Vidya should be manifested in me. That Samashti energy should be manifested in me. Ja Devi Sarvabhutesu Shanti Rupena Sanstita. Ja Devi Sarvabhutesu. Anything you can add also. If there is something is missing in that verse, in this way you can add many upadhis in this verse. So wherever there is a upadhi, there is somebody in the charge of that. Lakshmi is in the charge, a very important department. Saraswati is in the charge of Vidya. Similarly, Vishnu is in the charge of sustenance of this universe. Brahma is not Brahma. Here Brahma is Ishvara. Brahma is in charge of creation. Shiva is in the charge of pralaya, destruction. All these are in the charge of a better upadhi. Better upadhi. Clear? Does it reject? Advaita Vedanta rejects any religion? Advaita Vedanta rejects any Deva Devi, any god or goddess? No, these are not very much necessary. Because wherever there is upadhi, there should be upadhisa. There should be upadhisa. But it is not upadhi sunya. Here, Advaita Vedanta is an addition to Visishta Dvaita. If you are satisfied with this much, if you are satisfied with the monkey, a monkey, naked monkey, and a monkey with a beautiful dress, the monkey that is dancing. If you are satisfied with all types of monkeys, then that's good. You live your life. From Vyavaharika Satta, it is no problem. It is very practical also because we cannot jump to Upadhi Sanya. We have to go through Upadhi only. We do not have the second road. We have to go through Upadhi. From the Besti Upadhi, we shall transform ourselves to the Samashti Upadhi. From Samashti Upadhi, we shall go to Upadhi Sunya. This is our way of journeying. What is the way of journeying of Brahman? That will descend to the lower. One desires to become many. Ekam Bahusami. One desires to become many. So God, the Brahman desires to become many. We desire to become Brahman. Understand the way of journeying. Descending and ascending. We are ascending. We are transforming ourselves from our limitation, to the limitless through different layers of consciousness. Aurobindo says it is not so easy. So you have to possess better version of your mind day by day. Over mind, illumined mind, intuitive mind, super mind. Then you can have the state of Sachitananda, Ananda Swarupa. So first you will realize your upadhi, then you will realize the samashti upadhi, then you can realize the concept of a God, Ishvara Tattva. From Ishvara Tattva you can have the realization of a Brahman. When you realize Brahman, you will come back to Atman, that the same Brahman is also in me, Atman. Then from Atman, you will reach at the state of Sachidananda, Ananda Swarupa, that I shall be happy. My Swarupa is Ananda Swarupa. Sachidananda Swarupam Shivaham Shivaham. This is the meaning of that verse. I am that Ananda Swarupa. And how I attain this state? Through this process only. From my individual body, gross body, I shall transform myself to realize my subtle body. From subtle body to the causal body. Then to the from the gross body as well as the gross universe. From my subtle bestie bestie Sukma Sarira to the Samashti Sukma Sarira. From the bestie Karana Sarira to the Samashti Karana Sarira, to Ishvara Tattva. So this much Ramanuja is saying. Ramanuja is not wrong, and Advaita Vedanta is not rejecting Ramanuja. This much is clear. But remember one thing, that is not Upadhi Sunya. The monkey may be decorated with a beautiful dress. The monkey may be trained with a beautiful dance, may do different types of magics. But the monkey is qualified with Upadhi. If you are satisfied with the jungle monkey and the circus monkey, then that's all right. But that is not Upadhi Sunya. That Upadhi Sunya is the Brahma Jnana. So next verse is Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya iti evang rupaha vinishchaya sa ayam nitya anitya vastu vivekaha samuddahatru. That means many scholars confuse, many scholars misinterpret Jagat Mithya as Jagat is useless. Here the concept Mithya is misunderstood. Here Mithya is not false. Here Mithya means that is subject to change. Nitya, Anitya. So that means something is changing, and something is changeless. That means the Upadhi Sunya, that Upadhi Sunya has no change. Upadhi Sunya has no change because there is nothing to change. But when there is Upadhi, that Upadhi may be added, may be deducted, may be removed, may be qualified, may be modified. There is modification. As we have Chitta Vrittis also. We have Chitta Vrittis means we have different modifications of mind. But another possibility of a mind, that is no Vrittis, Sthita Prajna. That Sthita Mana. That Sthita Mana is the Nirvikalpa Mana. But that Nirvikalpa Mana may be qualified with different Vrittis. Similarly, that Nirvikalpa Satya may be qualified with different Upadhis. So Brahma Satya means the Upadhi Sunya Satya, that is not subject to change, that is eternal. And Jagat Mithya means anything that changes, this much, anything that changes. But what scholars understand? They understand and they teach that Jagat Mithya means Shankara explained away Jagat. That Jagat is not real at all. Here is the question of real or unreal. That is here the question of knowledge. That you should understand that something is changing and something is not changing. Even to understand this, we should not go so much deep into Vedanta knowledge, Vedantic wisdom. We can understand it in our practical life. Divya has come with a general dress. Few days back, he was coming with a college dress. So the dress has been changed, but his interest in knowledge, his desire for wisdom is same or not? Is same or not? In this way, we shall practice Vedanta. In our daily life, what is subject to change and what remains constant. Small, small things we shall practice. So, Vedanta practice is a 24 hours practice. Everything. My mind is changing. My mind is changing. In the morning, I have a very calm mind. In the evening, I have an agitated mind. But my mind itself is nirvikalpa. I should observe that nirvikalpa mana. That this mind is really very calm and it becomes agitated according to different conditions. So the agitated mind is changing. Agitated mind is changing. And the mind, the real Swarupa of mind is nirvikalpa. Therefore, in Naya Darsana, when we have a perception that at the first glance we do not perceive anything. We do not, that is nirvikalpa perception, nirvikalpa pratyekya. But gradually we see the object with its form, with its gunas, with its qualities. So Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya does not mean that Jagat is false. Jagat is false. Jagat is false or not. Jagat is with Upadhi. That means your knowledge about the same thing with Upadhi and without Upadhi. When it is with Upadhi, it is Jagat. When it is without Upadhi, it is Brahman. Very simple thing. Whenever you perceive something with Upadhi, it becomes snake. You react like perceiving a snake. When you perceive Brahman with the Upadhi of a Jagat, then you perceive changes. It is changing. It is changing or not? Morning changes to night or not? Your happy mood becomes unhappy or not? Your smile becomes your crying or not? All these things are changing. We experience that. We experience that change in our real life. But we are immersed, we are involved in that change and we are bound with that change. Class has wait 1 minute. Let me complete this class. So, did you get my point or not? Rope and a snake. Rope symbolizes the true knowledge, but we mistake the rope as a snake. We react according to that wrong perception when we perceive snake. Okay, and that leads to suffering. Similarly, when we perceive Brahman as a Jagata, so Buddha says life is full of suffering and very natural. As we are suffering from the fear of a snake, looking at the rope, similarly we are suffering from the worldly worldly attachments. We are suffering in Jagat when we mistake Brahman as Jagat. Suppose you are a seer, you are a great person, you are a realized soul. Everywhere you see Brahman, can we have the suffering of Jagat? Suppose you see the rope, can you have the suffering of a snake? Very simple thing or not? When you mistake something as something, then you suffer from that something. When you do not mistake, you do not suffer. So we suffer due to our ignorance or not. So ignorance is the root cause of suffering. Buddha also said this. Upanishad says this. Ignorance of what? The ignorance of the truth. Ignorance of the truth. This much. Then we shall discuss sadhana, sadhana chatushtaya. The question comes, who is qualified? How can we have the perception of rope? How can we be free from delusion of snake? How can we be qualified with that absolute knowledge? Should we try or not? We should try, because all people do not mistake the rope as snake. Maya is not for all. Avidya is not for all. So far as you are in avidya, you are also in Maya. When you are free from avidya, you are also free from Maya, because Maya is the samashti avidya. Avidya is my personal ignorance. My personal ignorance. So when I understood the upadhi sunya, then I am free from all types of upadhi. May it be besti or samasti. May it be individual or universal. May it be individual or universal. Clear or not? Did you get my point or not? So who is qualified for that absolute knowledge? So here there are four sadhana. Sadhana means the instrument, the practice. Sadhana, for that sadhana, that spiritual sadhana, these are the four sadhana. Number one is Viveka. Number two is Vairagya. Number three, Sat Sampati. Number four is Mumukhatam. Four sadhanas are there. You have to follow these four ethical principles, ethical disciplines. So that means here bhakti is not rejected. Here worship of gods and goddesses are not rejected. Here the manifested Jagat is not rejected. Here your Stula Sarira, Sukma Sarira and Viveka Sarira are not rejected. Nothing is rejected here. But that is not your highest qualification. You have to do PhD in Brahma Gyan. And after knowing all these things, you should have Brahma Gyan. You should reach at rope. So that is a journey from the knowledge of a snake to the knowledge of a rope. That is a journey from the knowledge of a changing aspect of a Jagat to the unchanging ground of all changes. And this knowledge of a change is also very much necessary. If you understand the modifications, if you understand the change, then only you can understand the unchanging entity. So, what is the medium? The medium is your mind. Mind is the only instrument through which you can elevate your mind, you can promote your mind, you can extend your mind. Mind extends only because mind is expansive. There is a possibility of expansion in mind. Therefore, mind extends. Mind becomes extensive. Mind expands. And the more mind expands, the more mind extends, the more you grasp the reality. So we should have the Viveka. Viveka means you should have the knowledge of the distinction. Knowledge of the distinction. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka. In daily life you will practice. In small things you will practice what is Nitya, what is Anitya. Suppose you are taking fast food. At that time you should consider that this body is permanent relatively. When we take small examples, there the concept of nitya and anitya will be changed. The fast food will become your changing aspect. That now I am going to take fast food. But who will take? My body will take, that will stay with me forever. I shall carry my body to bathroom, latrine. I shall suffer from, suffer from all many types of disease through my body. So my body, in this sense, is permanent, but this fast food is changing. Suppose you are going to a marriage party, and you are there you are free to take any quantity of food. So that is a changing aspect. So the items are changing. Your food choices are changing, but the same body is taking that food. So in that case, you will consider what is nitya, what is anitya. Similarly, different thoughts are coming to your mind. Many imaginations are coming to your mind. You will think that my mind is permanent, permanent in this sense. In this sense, my mind is permanent. But thoughts are coming and going, coming and going. So I should be very much careful about my changing thoughts. Changing thoughts. I should not give room to bad thoughts, unnecessary thoughts. Okay? Similarly, you have many desires. But who will take care of your desire? Yourself. So yourself is a permanent thing, permanent being. So I am permanent. But desires are many, desires are changing. In the early morning, I had one desire, but that desire changed in the evening. Plan changed in the evening. Many plans get changed in course of time. So this is changing, but this is unchanging. This is permanent. In every case, you will find, suppose teachers are changing. I am teaching, then another teacher is teaching. You will see teachers are changing. They have their own way of approach. Their way they have their own way of teaching. But I am permanent as a student, so I shall cope with all types of teachers because teachers will change. In this way, you will understand. Suppose you are going by bus. Today you have one bus, tomorrow you will get another bus. Buses are changing, but you are the same passenger who will go through the buses, so you will adjust with the conductor. Now that conductor was very beautiful, handsome. That conductor was very well behaved. But this conductor I don't like. But your purpose is not to be accurate with the conductor. Your purpose is to reach at college. So my going to college is permanent. Myself as a passenger is permanent. The buses or auto rickshaw or any vehicle that is subject to change. You should have this Viveka Jnana. So Viveka Jnana is the rationality. Viveka Jnana, the distinction between dharma and adharma, distinction between right and wrong, distinction between good and bad. You should have that. Then the highest distinction, Viveka Chudamani, the highest Viveka is the Viveka of Brahma and Jagata, Sarpa or Raju. That is the highest Viveka. But to reach that highest Viveka, you have to practice Viveka Jnana in your daily life. In your daily life. Suppose father is giving you dress in different festivals. So festivals are changing. But this my father is the same person who is taking pain to give us a dress. If to this in this festival father is unable to give dress, I shall compromise. I shall tolerate it because I have the same father, the same person who is permanent. In this sense, he is permanent. He is giving me dress in many festivals. So if these festivals are changing, mother is the same person who is giving us food every day. So foods are changing, preparations may change, taste may change, but the same person who is taking care of my food, so I shall cope with my mother. Is it should it be your attitude or not? This is the Vedantic attitude. You should have this Viveka Jnana that what is permanent, what is temporary. Out of this distinction, you will have the highest distinction by Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya. That means the same Jagat, the same thing, Jagat, not Jagat. Jagat means Upadhi. The same thing is with Upadhi or without Upadhi. Upadhi means Jagat. It is the Brahman plus Maya. Upadhi means Maya. Brahman plus Maya is Ishvara. So you worship Ishvara. Ishvara is in the charge of Maya. So far as you are in Maya, so far as you accept this manifested world, you accept Ishvara. That is the proxy. But when you attain the ultimate ticket, then there is no need of Ishvara. You don't need to go to temple. You do not need to go to a place of a holy place, to Puri or Dwarika. You don't need, because everywhere Isabasam, Idam Sarvam, you will have that knowledge. When you fail to realize that Isabasam, Idam Sarvam, then Isa is at Puri, Isa is at Nayagada, Isa is at my village, my Grama Devata, my Ishta Devi, I'm a Kula Devata. You take this very naturally. But you and when you attain the highest knowledge, you see that Jagat Natha of Jagat, he is everywhere. Isavasyam idam sarvam. That knowledge. So what is changing and what is unchanging? What is subject to change and what is not subject to change? This is Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. Nitya and Anitya. Do you follow my point or not? You observe your physical body. When you were born, you were a very small child. Now you are 70 kg, 80 kg, 1 quintal. So your mind has been changed. Your physical appearance has been changed. Do you recognize such change or not? Do you recognize such change or not? But who is changing? Who is that stays constant through all changes? Who is that prajna? Chidananda Surupam, Shivaham. I am that consciousness. Everything is changing, but I am unchanged. This knowledge is Vedantic wisdom. Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. That means something is changing and something is unchanging. Something is changing, something is unchanging. You will become your Sakhi. You will witness your changes. You will witness your change that yes, my mind is changing. I should not get angry. I should not be so selfish. You guide yourself. Who is guiding you? That unchanging element. That unchanging element is guiding the changing elements. Something is in you which is unchanging. That is the constant consciousness. That is guiding your changing aspects, changing personalities. Therefore, sometimes you are cool and sometimes you are aggressive. sometimes you are absent-minded, sometimes you are very uh, chaotic, agitated, and sometimes you are very peaceful. But there is still a being in you that can witness the dialectics of what? Peace and agitation, happiness and sorrow. Very beautifully, Rudra was saying that knowledge of both manifestation and unmanifestation. At that moment, you can understand that there is something unmanifested in me because myself is not the agitated mind. Myself is not the cool mind. My mind becomes cool and my mind becomes agitated according to different conditions. I am that witness. I am Sakhi Swarupa. I am that consciousness. So that gradually you can change your mind. You can make your mind positive. You can make your mind understand the higher reality. You can evolve yourself. That is called the evolution of consciousness. Evolution of a consciousness. Science also believes in evolution. That yes, there is evolution. Nothing is constant. Everything is evolving, 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 evolving. As there is evolution in the physical state, similarly there is evolution in the psychic state. And when there is evolution in the psychic state, we reach at the highest state of consciousness through this mind. So this is a very simple thing. So Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya does not mean that Jagat is useless. That we should reject Jagat, that we should not do any dharma, we should not do any duty. No, that is not the way. Whenever you are doing your duty, you should think, you should have the sense of Nitya and Anitya. Principal has assigned me to take class, but but in a special occasion, principal will assign me to take the charge of the stage. That you will sweep the stage, you will arrange the chairs for this grand occasion. I shall think, I shall apply my Vedantic wisdom that I am the same person, but my works have been changed. I am the same person who can teach in the classroom and who can arrange the seats in the seminar hall. I should not distinguish that this is small work and that is big work. This is good work, that is bad, because works may be changed, assignments may be changed, but my antakarana should be pure. Myself will not be disturbed. My mind should not be disturbed. If I am the same person who is playing the role of a father, who is playing the role of a husband, who is playing the role of a teacher, who is playing the role of son. So my roles are different, but I am the same person. So I should be very much impartial when I am discharging my duty for all assignments. I should be impartial to my son. I should be impartial to my wife. I should be impartial to my student. This is Vedantic wisdom. Because I am the same person. Duties are many. Slowly, you can enter into the greatest wisdom that Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. You can be established with that unified knowledge. Oh, this is, you can perceive that. You can perceive both manifestation and unmanifestation. That is called the man of wisdom. Brahmavid Brahmeva Bhavati. Brahmavid Brahmeva Bhavati. By knowing, you will become that Brahma. You will act like Brahma. You will behave like Brahma. So, and you will feel Brahmananda. You will Chidananda. Always your mind will be peaceful. But who can do this? There are four conditions. Sadhana. Number one is Viveka. Viveka. That you should have this Viveka Gyan. Second is Vairagya. If there is no Viveka, there is no question of a Vairagya. Vairagya is a discipline that can be attained by attaining Viveka Jnana. If you distinguish this is good and this is bad, then you can relinquish bad things. Otherwise not. Because everything is same for you. If you distinguish who is a good man, who is a bad man, satsanga, then you can have a vairagya from bad people. Otherwise, all people are same for you. So that Viveka Jnana is very much necessary to have the sense of a detachment. If you do not distinguish, that this is rope and this is snake, then you will behave with snake wrongly and you will behave with rope wrongly. When you distinguish, when you apply your Viveka Jnana, then you can develop the sense of a Vairagya. That yes, if Jagat is mithya, then I should have Vairagya from Jagat. Otherwise not. If you do not distinguish that what is Brahma and what is Jagat, what is Nitya and what is Anitya, you can't develop the sense of a Vairagya from Anitya. Vairagya from Anitya. Attachment with Nitya. It is not the Vairagya from Nitya. It is Vairagya from that is Anitya. But you can develop the Vairagya of Anitya from the knowledge, from your Viveka Jnana. So first is Viveka Jnana. That leads to Vairagya. That you should have Vairagya. Once you understood the distinction, then you will become intelligent. No. That man, no. That food, no. That attachment, no. That circumspective, no. That friendship, no. That party, no. I don't have time. I don't like this. You shall have Vairagya. If you do not distinguish, you are easily available for everything. You become very cheap personality. You are easily available for everything. So tena tektena bhunjita. First you will understand isavasyam idam sarvam. In the second line you will understand if isavasyam idam sarvam is understood, then what should be my attitude? Tena tektena bhunjita. That I shall enjoy everything with the sense of detachment. Enjoyment is not rejected. Enjoyment is not rejected. But I shall pursue all types of enjoyment through the sense of detachment. Vairagya bhava. I should have a Vairagya bhava. Vairagya bhava. Vairagya bhava. If I make a distinction between what is Grahastha Jivana and what is Sannyasa Jivana, if I understand this, then at a particular age, at a particular time, I should have a Vairagya for Grahastha Jivana. Otherwise, I shall be involved in Grahastha till my death. At the age of 80, I shall get married because there is no boundary. So we have to make a very clear-cut distinction that this is the time of a brahmacharya, this is the time of a grahastha, this is the time of a vanaprastha, this is the time of a sannyasa. So what I should do in what situation, in what platform, in what station of life. Once you understand the distinction, then you can develop the sense of a Vairagya. And the third one is Sat Sampati. Sat Sampati means 6 basic qualities you should develop. Very briefly I am saying that is Sama. Second one is Dhamma. Sama, Dhamma, Uparati. Sama, Dhamma, Uparati. Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. Very briefly I am saying, and in next classes we shall discuss in details. Sama, that means Santamana, peaceful mind. When that peaceful mind you can achieve, when you understand the reality of this Jagat. When you understand, when you have a when you are exhausted, you are completely exhausted with all types of enjoyments, attachments. At that time, your mind should become calm. Your mind will become calm. Otherwise, you will be trapped by Maya Jalo. Maya Jalo means Jalo is that which enters you down and down, in and in. By one, you get another, you get another, you get another. Your attachment becomes double. That is Jal. You have attachment for your wife, then that developed into for your son, then that developed for your grandson, then you keep property for your grandson, then the grandson of a grandson. So for 5 7 lives, so this is Maya Jal. So you should be free from that mind. The unagitated mind is Sama. That my mind should be peaceful. Dhamma. That should I should control my sense organs. I should control my Dhamma. Dhamma means control. I should have the capacity to control my mind. Then Uparati. Uparati means Pratyahara. That I should have to know the technique of withdrawing myself from the world of allurements, attachments. Anything, anywhere my mind is getting attached, that should come back to its native state. Swarupa, Manara Swarupa. Mind should come back to its native state. Its native state. Uparati. Titikha means tolerance. That means you have to tolerate the tapa. You have to do tapa. If many disturbances will come when we will do yoga sadhana. Many disturbances will come. Many obstacles will come. Many criticisms will come. Many people will create barriers, will create disturbances whenever we are going to do a very good job. When we are doing, when we are becoming good, many people can't understand you. So they will tell you many things. They will create many types of disturbances. Mana, apamana. Or you have to go. Titikha means tolerance. So when I have taken this sankalpa to discipline my mind, to train my mind, I should be mentally ready for all types of criticisms, all types of obstacles. It may be the financial obstacle, it may be the social obstacle, it may be the obstacle regarding my caste, creed, and religion. You know that in Western countries, philosophy even is not free from religion, because the Christian people, they were fearing Pope. Therefore, they were bound to accept God. So, philosophy is not a compulsion. God realization is not a compulsion. There should not be any compulsion. When there is a compulsion, that means there is an obstacle. So, whenever there is an even your teachers, even your parents, even they become your obstacles, you have to overcome them, because mind needs free space to move, to transform. If it will be squeezed, if it will be confined, if it would be controlled by anybody else, not by you, then your mind will not prosper. Your mind will not grow. Your mind will not glow. Neither glow nor grow. Neither prosper nor transform. Your mind will remain dormant. So if I need real transformation, then I should be ready for it to meet any type of challenges. That is titikha, that means tolerance, sahanasirata. I should tolerate the obstacles. I should tolerate the hindrances. That is called tapa also. Because I shall do something to achieve something. I have to sacrifice something to achieve something. I shall go through suffering to achieve pain. We have to take injection. That injection may be painful. The antibiotic may be painful. Taking saline may be painful. But to be cured, you have to be hospitalized. You have to undergo operations. You have to suffer. If you want to educate your child, you, to make your child a good person, then you have to sacrifice nights after nights. You have to sacrifice many things. Even you have to sacrifice your conjugal life. You have to sacrifice your social life. Husband will stay in one town, wife will stay in another town. They will sacrifice the departure also because they want the prosperity of their child. Similarly, when I want to know Brahmajnana, then I should keep the paths very clear so that my mind can move in the proper direction. This is titikya. Shraddha. Shraddha means love. Shraddha means bhakti. Here bhakti comes. Your mind should have a longing for that knowledge. Your mind should have a submission. You should submit yourself to know the highest reality. You have to saranagati, you have to surrender, you have to love, you have a longing. There is a saying that when the child is crying, only mother can give your milk, food. So you have to cry. You have to cry. You have to request your teachers. You have to read scriptures with longing. With you have to seek for that truth. You should have a genuine pursuit for the truth, not a fake pursuit. You should be very much serious to know the truth. If that longing, that saddha, that bhakti is in you, then your mind will be inspired to know good and bad. One way, you will become a soldier to fight the challenges. Another way, you should become a bhakta. You should have a very loving mind. You should have longing to know the truth. And the last one is mumukhatam. Mumukhatam means that you have many desires. I don't say, or nobody says that you should not have any desire, but you pursue the highest desire, Parama Purusartha, that is the desire for mukti, desire for liberation. I want freedom. I want freedom. Chidananda Sarupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. Always have that longing. When you cry, teachers will teach you. When you cry, when you seek for knowledge, knowledge will be bestowed upon you. Blessings will be bestowed upon you. So you should cry. That is the real sense of bhakti. That is the real sense of love. I want, I want, I want. I want to be free. I want to be free. I want to be free. All the time you will decide yourself. No, this is bondage. This is bondage. This is bondage. This binds me. This binds me. This binds. I need freedom. I need freedom. I need freedom. You will see one day you are really free. When you always pray for freedom, you become free. This is the miracle. And this is Purusartha. This is your self-effort. So you should have that highest desire for liberation. Desire for liberation is not a wrong desire. Desire for the liberation is Parama Purusartha. That everybody should have a longing for freedom. And the last one is Mumukhatam. Sorry, this is Mumukhatam. This is Mumukhatam, and I left one after Saddha, that is Samadhana. Samadhana means Stira. That means when you attend Sama, Dhamma, Uparati, Titikha, and Shraddha, when you attend all these, your mind will become Stira. As in steady water, the you can see the things inside the water. Similarly, when your mind is steady, sthita prajna, when your mind becomes sthira, when your mind will be free from all types of agitations. Arjuna was disturbed in the battlefield because his mind was not sthira. He was disturbed by the dialectics that fight or not fight, mana, apamana, death, life. You are disturbed. When you are disturbed by logic, when you are disturbed by pairs of opposites, your mind is dialectically confused. You cannot have a sound knowledge. You cannot apply your rationality. You will behave abnormally. So you ultimately your mind will become sthita prajna, sthira mana. That is called samadhana. That is, it will take a very it will take a very beautiful poise. The mind will return to its own native state, native stance. That Stiramana can see the truth very clearly, very vividly. And from that mind can have a mumukshutva. When you will attain all these disciplines, that mind shall have only one desire, that I need freedom, I need freedom, I need freedom. Because I have understood this Jagat as Mithya. Jagat as Mithya means Jagat as changing. That everything is changing. My body is changing. My mind is changing. My mood is changing. My intelligence is changing. My wisdom is changing. My family members are changing. My husband is changing. My wife is changing. My children are changing. This generation is changing. Everything is changing. Therefore, I should seek for, I should seek for that unchanging entity. Say unchanging. I should seek for that unchanging entity, that absolute Brahman. That I should have that knowledge of a rope. So what should be my prayer? My prayer that I need freedom. I need freedom. I need make my mind pure. Pure means desireless. That mind is pure, which does not have unnecessary desires. No kamana, no kamana, no kamana, no unnecessary kamana. Only one kamana. That is mumukhutam. That I need freedom. I need freedom. I need freedom. So all these things, sadhana chatushtaya, that is purusartha. That means purusartha means self-effort. By that self-effort, that means Advaita Vedanta does not say that Brahma Jnana is impossible. Brahma Jnana is possible. Brahma Jnana is possible through sadhana chatushtaya. That if you make your mind disciplined in this way, then it is sure, it is a must that you must attain that truth. What will happen when you attain that truth? Nothing. You will feel Paramananda, Sachidananda, Chidananda Swarupam, Shivoham, Shivoham. You will feel Anandamaya. Okay? So, from Vesti Upadhi to Samasti Upadhi, from Samasti Upadhi to Ishvara Tattva, from Ishvara Tattva to Brahma Tattva, from Brahma Tattva again return to my Atma, from Atma Ananda Swarupa, Chidananda Swarupam, Ananda. Brahma Swarupa, if you understand Brahma Swarupa, that Brahma Swarupa is nothing but myself. That great Brahman is nothing but myself. Again, you return to your Atma. So, where from you started? You started from your Jiva. You started from your Jiva. Then you enter into Ishvara. From Ishvara, you enter into Brahma. Again, you come back to yourself with a better version. Now you return to not to Jiva, but to your Atma. And that Atma is Ananda Swarupa. Ananda Swarupa. The same person who realized himself as Jiva, now after this journey, he realizes himself as Atman. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. And I realize all of you, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi. And I realize this world, that Sarva Khalidam Brahma, Sarva Khalidam Brahma. This is a mindset. That does not mean Jagat is Mithya. I live in Jagat, but my mindset is different. I have a different taste. That is the taste of Vedanta. You live in this Jagat, but you have a different taste. Your taste depends upon your vasana. My taste depends upon my vasana. Because I have changed my vasana. I have now only one vasana, that mumukhatam. I need that freedom. I need that freedom. But what vasana you have? I need more buildings. I need more qualification. I need more children. I need more property. This is your vasana. So you are running after that. helplessly, and you think that you become successful after having 5 buildings. But my vasana has been changed. I have only one vasana, that yes, I need freedom, I need freedom, I need freedom. You will snatch the key from your daughter-in-law. I shall give the key to the daughter-in-law. This is the difference. You will take, I shall give. The attitude will be different. You will take, and forget. I shall give and give and give and forgive. This is the attitude. But the same person, Darsharatnakara Valmiki. Imagine, a very dull student becomes a sannyasi. Gautama becomes a Gautam Buddha. Transformation is possible in this life. Therefore, Advaita Vedanta believes in Jivana Mukta. Jivana Mukta, that means Mukta in this Jivana, not Mukta after this Jivana. That is story, nobody has experienced it. But this is sadhana, that you can be free in this very life of struggle, in this very life of hurdles, problems. Thank you. If you have any question, please ask. We have only 5 minutes. If you have any question, please ask. Avidya. Your individual ignorance is avidya. Collective ignorance is maya. But there is no, when your avidya is removed, automatically maya is removed. The moment you know that you are in maya, the moment you know that you are in maya, you are not in maya. The moment you know that you are in maya, you are not in Maya. It is a chain. It is a chain of thinking. If you think that if you are bound by ignorance, by your individual ignorance, you are bound to be bound by Maya. There is no escape. So there is no chance that directly you will be free from Maya. To be free from Maya, you have to be free from avidya. So the discipline is within you. The school is in you. The training center is you. You have to discipline your mind to be free from avidya. Avidya for what? Avidya of rope as a snake. Avidya of the reality as unreality. Once you have removed your avidya, you are also free from the cosmic illusion. And in that case, you are not so much attached with God and Goddess also. You are also not so much attached with any religion. You are not so much attached with any temple or girja or masjid. You are beyond that. বুঝপারল তো? Avidya is at your hand. Maya is not at your hand. Maya is the cosmic illusion. But the key of avidya is sufficient. If that key will be converted to the key of avidya, then automatically Maya will be removed. So you don't fear Maya. Let Maya be there outside you and around you. You just change yourself. You just change your mind. You just change your perception. Automatically the world will be changed. Automatically. Because you are no more as that ignorant person. Your mindset has been changed. Therefore Brahmavid Brahmeva Bhavati. Once you become Brahman, there is no question of Ishvara, there is no question of Maya, there is no question of this manifested Jagat. But that should not be misinterpreted that Jagat is unnecessary. Then what is the conclusion? You will live in the Jagat taking everything as Brahman. Tena tektena bhunjita. You will enjoy everything in the sense of detachment. This is the difference. I am living with everything with a sense of attachment. This is bondage. I am living with everything with a sense of detachment. This is liberation. Very simple. So, what is your mindset? But to change this mindset, you have to go through this sadhana chatushtaya. Viveka Jnana is first necessity. You should have Viveka Jnana. That will lead to Vairagya. That will lead to Sarsampati. And ultimately you can have the ultimate desire, that is Mukhutam. I need that freedom. I need that freedom. I need freedom and I became free. I need freedom. This is one stage. One time will come, you don't need. You are already free. You are already free. Hmm. Sama means shant. Samadhana means sthira. That means when your mind will become sama, that mind can only become sthira. You have to pacify your mind. You have to make your mind free from all types of agitation. That means you will feel peace. You will feel peace. A peaceful mind. Sama means the peaceful mind. Samadhana means the sthira mana. Sthira mana. That means if your mind is not sthira, it cannot be sama. Otherwise, if your mind is not sama, it cannot be sthira. Sthira means it is active, concentrated, but not agitated. Not agitated does not mean that it is passive, it is dull. No, it is concentrated. Sthiraman. Sthita prajna. Sthita prajna. That means you are sthita in your prajna. Sthita, sthira. That means you are not confused. You are not. You don't have fickle mind. Your mind is not fickle. That is samadhana. But when we are talking about sama, that means your mind is calm. Your mind is peaceful. Appears to be same. Appears to be same, but there is a little difference. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes, that is a kamana. She is asking very beautiful question. A student is asking that mumukhatam is also a kamana. Yes, that is also a kamana, but that kamana is desire. That is good kamana. That kamana is purusartha. That kamana should be there. So you should have such a desire that all unnecessary desires will be removed. Okay, you cannot be desire free. You have to have some desires, but you choose. You manage your desire. You should have such a desire that unnecessary desires will be removed. Suppose there is a choice before you regarding rope and snake. You should have a desire to know the rope, not the snake. Suppose there is a choice for you to know Brahman or to live with Brahman or to live with Jagat. You should choose that I should live with the mindset of Brahman. So that kamana is good. Suppose whatever you are eating, you are vomiting. But doctor prescribes you the medicine for to break your vomiting. That will not be lost. That will help you to break vomiting. Just, Very beautifully said. That when you have developed Viveka Jnana, the first step, automatically you have chosen what should be desired and what should not be desired. So here the desire for mumukhatam is should be pursued. And that is the Parama Purusartha, Parama Lakshya. You should have that desire. That desire will elevate your personality. Okay. Brahman, Brahman, what is the position of a Brahman? Upadhi Sunya, Upadhi Sunya. And who will realize Upadhi Sunya? Only Brahman will realize Brahman. Okay. So for your understanding, Brahman becomes many. Brahman becomes Upadhi Yukta. I am giving an example. You understand your father as father because your father is playing the role of father. Otherwise, you can't understand. Your mother is understanding your father as a husband, not as her father. Okay, but the person is the same. Suppose Brahman will remain unmanifested. Brahman is Upadhi Sunya. But who is left? Who is left here to understand Brahman? Till I realize Brahman, I should remain within Upadhi. I shall realize Upadhi Sunya through different Upadhi only. Because I have to live through my Sthula Sarira. I have to live through my Sukma Sarira. I have to live through my Karana Sarira. And there will be a time when I have no Sarira. Aurobindo also said that to understand Supermind, to reach out Supermind, to understand Sachidananda, you have to go through different layers of consciousness, different layers of mind. So when there is a need of Upadhi Yukta, so that is Maya. So you take Maya in a very positive sense. Maya means the one unchanging principle is playing the role of a manifestation. But that manifestation is not truth. That manifestation is only the desire of Brahman. You take in that sense. It is necessary for you because you are ignorant. The moment you become knowledgeable, the moment you have that realization, there is no need of Maya. Understand? When a mother is feeding the child, mother plays the role of a child. Mother becomes a child. That is Maya. If mother will remain as a mother, the child will not take food. Mother says, take food, Kakabaya will come, Baya will take your food. If you will take food, then we shall go outside. We shall have a tour. I shall give you some dolls. All these things are mother doing only for the child because the child can understand this much. If a mother will become a very beautiful mother and a very sophisticated mother, the child will never eat. So in order to feed the child, the mother becomes the child. Similarly, in order to have a Brahma realization, the Brahman becomes many. Brahman becomes this Jagat. But he becomes many, that does not mean you take the many as granted. Oh, you become many. Oh, that many is true. No. So he has a descendant, but you have to ascend. You don't take that descent as granted. That descent, that involution, that coming down is pragmatically necessary for your understanding because you cannot understand. Therefore, Arjuna was therefore Lord Krishna gave the vision of Vishwarupa Darshan at a particular time when Arjuna can grasp. When Arjuna became qualified to see Vishwarupa Darshan, Lord gave that scope to see the Vishwarupa, but for very few minutes. Because Arjuna cannot have a Vishwarupa Darshana for a long time because Arjuna needs Maya. You are a man, you are not a Lord Krishna. I am a Sakha, but don't take me as granted. You are not equal to me. Your mind is capable of living with Maya. You understand this much. Gradually, you will understand me. Okay? But for a few moments, for your knowledge, for your pleasure, just see the truth. Therefore, he showed him the Vishwarupa Darsana. So Brahman in Brahman state is Vishwarupa Darsana. But you can't have that darsana with your empirical eyes, empirical understanding. Because your spectacles are of different, your mechanism, the mechanism of your spectacle is different. So that much you can grasp. That is the appearance. That is the changing aspect. If something is changing, you are happy. Yes, I took food and that became digested, and I went to Latin, and again I need food. So this cycle is going on. Okay, you can't understand the unchanging aspect, but the moment you understood the unchanging aspect, then you understood both manifestation and unmanifestation. Unmanifest. So far, you are engrossed with manifestation, you can't have the vision of the unmanifest. Once you understood the unmanifest, you can understand both. Oh, this is the reality. Sometimes you say, oh, I knew that person now. I was misguided by him. I have taken him as a good person. Oh, this is his real nature. Once you knew his or her nature, you become alert. No, I know all types of all the natures of that person. You shall become alert. Otherwise, you are trapped. Okay.
ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ ଅଛି ଲିବରେସନ କରିବା ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଲିବରେସନ ଅଛି ଯେ ନିଜକୁ ସେଲ୍ଫକୁ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଭିତରେ ରିଅଲାଇଜ କରିବେ ଆଇଡେଣ୍ଟିଫାଇ କରିବେ ସେ ଏଠି ଶଙ୍କର କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଏଠି ଶଙ୍କର ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ବ୍ରହ୍ମନ ବୋଲି କାରଣ ଆତ୍ମନ ଇଜ ବ୍ରହ୍ମନ ଆତ୍ମନ ଇଜ ନଟ ଶଙ୍କରାଚାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଶଙ୍କର କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ମାଧବ କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ବ୍ରହ୍ମ କଣ
Shankara is a person in a very common sense, but he was a realized person. The person who can see the rope as a rope, the person who can realize Brahman as Brahman, who can understand what is Nitya, what is Anitya. That is an example. The rope and snake example is a very famous example in Vedanta that indicates the limitation of our knowledge. What you claim as knowledge, even scientific knowledge, even the declaration of science, the conclusion of science is subject to revision. Why? Because it is subject to revision. It is not the ultimate reality. So you have to understand this much, which knowledge can be revised and which knowledge is beyond all revisions. That may be a mystery for you. That may not be, you may not reach that point. You may not reach that point. But at least you understand that this Jagat is subject to change. You may not have the realization of a Brahman. You may not have. This is because you have to go through a long course of a spiritual discipline. But at least understand that my body is changing. Is there any difficulty to understand that your body is changing? Science also says that your cells are getting changed and totally changed in every 4 to 5 months. In every 4 to 5 months, all the cells of your body have been changed. but you will not obey it. You will not accept it. This truth. You are claiming that I am the same person, same person. No, you are a different person in every 4 to 5 months according to science also. Because the cells are getting changed. Your mind has been changed. Your intellect has been changed. Buddhi. Your pragya has been changed. So just observe this change. This much is necessary. This much is sufficient. You may not have Brahma Jnana. At least understand that the Jagat is mithya. Professor Hudanand sir was saying this. If you do not, you are not able to understand Brahma, Satya, at least understand that Jagat is mithya. Science is Einstein told that everything is relativity. It is the theory of relativity. The great scientist. If science is believing in relativity, if you experience relativity, then why you are so much attached with that? Now in Vedanta we are discussing about attachment only. You understand this and you don't attach to this. If you really understand. If you understand that this is a snake, don't catch it. If you catch that snake will bite you. It is a snake, it is not a rope. In the reverse example, suppose you mistake a rope as a snake, the danger is less. Suppose you mistake a snake as a rope and you pick up it, the snake will bite you. So why do you invite such type of suffering in your life because of your ignorance? So the only way to be out of this dilemma, out of this suffering, is jnana. So you should have right knowledge. Right knowledge, then right action, automatically. But action, whatever action you do, that cannot make you that ସବୁଠୁ ଶ୍ରେଷ୍ଠ ହେଉଛି ବିବେକ therefore Viveka Chudamani. Vivek Chudamani means the highest. Chudamani is the highest. And the mountain Chudamani, the highest Viveka, the highest Viveka. You have to practice Viveka in your daily life. Viveka. Then ultimately you shall attain the highest Viveka, that is Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya. So it is not for the common people. So those who follow Visishta Dvaita, Ramanuja philosophy, they are not qualified for Advaita. So for them, this much, you be satisfied with Ishvara, Jagata. There is no problem. We also believe in Ishvara and Jagata. But Ishvara is Upadhi Yukta. Whatever may be the Upadhi, that is not the substitute of Upadhi Sunya.